for all you members out there, I'll wait till you guys come on because I know I didn't know how to switch over. Oh, yay. Welcome, Glenn. Oh my gosh, I have some cool things to tell you guys. I just think this stuff is so fun. But I'll wait for people to come on because I think I'm losing people. I didn't know how to switch over. Anyway, let me just tell you a little bit. Hi, guys. So this is my members only. And so welcome to the members only. And if you're joining me, I think this is a great place for all of us to have this nice little community, you know, where we can share things that we probably wouldn't share with the rest of the group. Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me, right? Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Just let me know if you can hear me because someone said they couldn't hear me. Wow, thank you for the super chat. Oh my God. Thank you. What's up? Let's see. Okay. Oh, awesome. People are coming in. Hello, members. Goonies never die. That's so true, right? All of us members. Oh, yay. I'm so glad you can hear me. So I have a couple special things I wanted to tell you guys because you guys are special. And like I said, please support one another. If you have a business or you're working on something or you're starting something, why don't you type it in the chat so we can support you? Because this is our little community, guys. Yay, you're going to be at the Conscious Life Expo. Yay. Sweet. Oh, Patrick. Patrick is like a celebrity because Patrick, I feel like you've been with me for a while. So shout out to Patrick. You're just amazing. Thank you so much for your support. Yay, welcome to level 1. So recently I've been doing some really interesting sessions, okay? So I don't know if any of you guys have read my Avalon book, but if you've read my Avalon book, you know that the Knights Templar brought a lot of treasure to that island in Nova Scotia that I think many people consider to be Oak Island, right? Well, recently I did a session where I was looking for that treasure, and I know they found a lot of that treasure, granted. They found a lot of that treasure, but they didn't find all of that treasure because what the higher selves have said is there's treasure located right next to Oak Island on an island that is called, people call it Frog Island, or it had a frog in its name. So, and that this treasure, you can see it almost like you can see that there's a sunken part to this island where the treasure is, a lot of this treasure is, and that it's some island with a frog name, right? So they noticed that when you look at this island, that you could see down in the water that there's like a stone. So there's a large stone that's actually over this tunnel system, and down within this island, there is treasure. And miles deep within this island, which is not Oak Island, okay, it's close, and it's something frog, that there are things like the red crystals, there's gold and things like that. So I Googled it, or I chat GPT'd it. Is there an island next to Oak Island with a frog in its name? And guess what? Yes, there is. There is an island, and it's known as Frog Island, okay? And I have it, I don't want to lose the live, but chat GPT this, okay? And so someone needs to go find that treasure because it's holding a lot of information in there. And it will be amazing when, so if any of you guys like treasure hunting, let's go find that treasure. And also, there's some other treasure. So the Knights Templar, and people's memories, they remember that the Knights Templar did a lot of work at this one island that they call, maybe it's an old name for it, Catalonia. Okay, Catalonia. And this island was near Spain. So if we can look for it somehow, but it's near Spain, but this is a special island. So there were an indigenous population that lived there. And this island was like a hot spot. So let me just tell you a little bit about this island. Not only did the Knights Templar come and work with the people, the indigenous population on that island, but they used that island to like transport the treasure and safeguard this treasure till they went and they hid it off these islands in Nova Scotia. But this island has some treasure on it. So this island called Catalonia or something like that, it was a hotspot because people would feel a resonance. Like, you know how you feel resonant towards certain people, and you like, even like our little community, right? We're resonant with one another, so we're drawn to one another. We don't, we just found ourselves here, not because of any coincidence. Is meant to be. We're here. It's meant to be. And so this island was pretty much calling people. They felt the same type of resonance to this island. So they also realized that even some of the Lemurians that escaped their cataclysm came to this island. And the Lemurians were working with the elders. And when they trace a lot of the ancient wisdom and the treasure that's still located on this island, they see that it comes from a group that came from the Syrian star system. Okay, and it was interesting because they say that they brought with them lots of information, but they specifically came to this island not only with teachings, but they came with 3 crystals. Some were like green in nature, but these crystals held like powerful information. And so what they did was they used these crystals of the indigenous population and the certain people that were privy to this information would use the crystals to connect with them, and it would like download information by using these crystals, download information that was super powerful from the cosmos. And they used this to like teach even the Knights Templar, or they would translate information into books from these Syrian crystals. Now, in people's memories, they hid these specific crystals in a box, okay? Let me tell you exactly where it is, and maybe someone can go find it. But you have to have a part of this blood type, though, okay? So you have to have a DNA lineage from Syria. So most likely, you would kind of have a deep resonance with them, or know that it was you that was supposed to find this. So the way they hid it on this island, and it's some island called Catalonia. It's an island near Spain. There's a lot of presence from the Knights Templar there. It's off of a beach. It's in like a residential area, but there is a waterfall. So it's a place where you can actually go behind a waterfall. So behind the waterfall, there's an entrance to a cave system. So if you went into the cave system and you go behind this waterfall into this cave system, if you were to go a little bit further back than most people travel, then you would be able to find this box. Now the box still holds these powerful crystals, and when whoever gets these crystals could bring this to the consciousness, then we will be able to regain some of this information. So let me know if you want to do the treasure hunting, and I will tell you all the information I can because I think we really need this information. Thank you for loving my book, because that really means a lot to me. Yeah, a lot of these books are intense to read. They're intense to uncover as well. Is there a missing crystal skull? Yes, there is a missing crystal skull. Definitely. There's one in India. Wait, Patrick, what is that? Is there an island called Catalonia, or that used to be called Catalonia? Um, Thank you. I can't wait for the next book too. It's really fascinating, but I can't tell you what it's about. Because just in case. Yeah, maybe someone can remote view it. Um, that would be incredible. But these things are um, prophesized to come back into our awareness. We're prophesized to have these things soon. So it means maybe somebody out there will find it sooner than later. So because you guys are my members, feel free to ask me whatever you want. Yeah, but it's not a region in Spain, I don't think. I mean, it's apparently an island because there's a waterfall. So, yeah. Well, I did. So, okay, some people are asking about my book. I did repost or re-upload my book recently, the revised version, because I had to because it was banned. So I took out some words, and I can't even say the words because I don't want to get this video taken down. I just had a grounding video taken down, unfortunately. Censorship sucks. It does, but it is a factor. So just playing the game, I guess. Yeah, and I'm going to post a link for the self-healing after I upload this. Where in the U.S. can we go for hurricane flood from the East Coast? Okay, let me just tell you. Oh, you couldn't watch the video before it was taken down? You mean my live was taken down or just that video? Oh, the grounding video. Yeah, the grounding video was taken down. Bummer. Okay. What was I gonna say? I totally lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? I forget. But anyway, I re-uploaded that book, and it's got a lot of new material in there. Thank you. I have said anything about the people being taken and sent to a country. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, Robert Edward Grant should create a platform. I'm actually probably doing a session with him in a little bit because, funny enough, we keep bumping into each other, and we were talking about, oh, listen to how crazy this is, or it's probably not crazy to you guys. I was talking with Robert, and we were like, well, we really need to do another session together because so much comes up from his sessions. And he said he was going to be in Miami, and I live in the Florida Keys. And I was like, well, I won't be in Miami at the same time you are, but I keep passing you. And then we realized we're actually staying in the same place today. And we were just trying to figure out when we were going to meet. Like as if, like, why would we, I don't know. How do you explain that? We're actually in the same place. Like, he's actually staying here today, and so am I. It's so crazy, isn't it? Why do I ever worry about anything? Oh, so I did re-upload the book. It's back on Amazon, A Hypnotist's Journey to Atlantis Revised, because I had to pretend it was a new book. I had to get a new ISBN because my old book is still banned. Yeah, we were both in Peru. We seem to keep bumping into each other. I think we need to keep doing sessions. That's what seems to be the case, you know? So it's, I know, divine timing, but everything is divine timing. So I think we should, I'll give him your love. I don't know why we ever worry. Why do we worry? So if you want to watch the other sessions I've done with Robert, I feel like they're really helpful. At least they've helped me. You can go, you can see I have a playlist of the other sessions I've done with Robert. They're really great. So yeah, no, when I've asked the higher self, okay, a couple things I've asked in case you guys want to know. Yes, there's a lot different in the new book because there's added material. Okay. Yeah, I love all the treasure hunters. They'll be cool. So let me know if you find it. I've asked the higher self a couple questions I thought you guys might want to know. So one thing is I've been asking the higher self if I need to move, okay? Because I live in the Florida Keys. Is there going to be a hurricane that's going to, we keep hearing flooding. We keep hearing like the East Coast will be flooded. And what they have told me is, no, nobody needs to move, is what they've said. They said, you'll be intuitively guided if you need to move. And that's the case for everyone. No one's going to be in the wrong spot at the wrong time ever. And there's never like an ending to your life by accident. I used to think that that was the case, but I really don't believe that. Maybe some people do, but I honestly don't believe that if your life ends, that it means that it was an accident, because sometimes the higher self has said that a lot of near misses were actually you died and you chose to come back. Believe it or not, that you died and you were like, no, I'm not ready to die yet. When you die, it's because you're ready to die. On a certain level, your higher self has said, okay, you are complete. We're going to put you in another soul no matter what. Have you ever, did you guys know that actually babies can die? They can be dead for quite a while and come back to life if they change their mind. And so sometimes when you are experiencing a near miss, it's because you experienced the death and you were like, no, I think I'm going to continue. So I don't think anything ever happens by accident. Also, did you know that apparently your loved ones can actually use another person to, if they have an agreement with them, to actually enter into their body for a little bit and see through their eyes and give you a message? That's why sometimes when you're talking with someone, they can say something funny that sounds like one of your relatives, and it's because it is. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about the flooding, and I wouldn't actually worry about anything. Actually, I'm never told that anything is even remotely like that you need to worry about anything, because right now what's happening is that we're fully activating our solar plexus. So we have God within us with this light within, and then the more we activate our solar plexus, the more we're receiving our own messages. And we really need to be more about discernment and trusting our inner guidance, because that's always going to lead us in the right direction. And also, you know, so for a while with everything happening, I thought, should I stockpile food and water and maybe like get a radio? And the higher self has always said, if you prepare for it, then it helps bring it. And a lot of people resonating at a higher frequency aren't, well, no, you don't have to move to the Keys because it's anywhere. Nobody has to move or worry about anything. You're intuitively guided and things happen for a reason. But anyway, they said, no, you don't have to stockpile food. You don't have to prepare, because that's not really the energy you need to put out. That just having more faith, trusting, you know, you could always have a garden or things that could help support life. And if the system in your reality does collapse, or if it collapses, you know, that brings new growth, and ultimately it allows us to band together. So yeah, I love that you absorbed a portion of your father's spiral when he died. Yeah, and you know it's true. So with this activation, have they said anything about our hands? Yeah, well, you have healing capabilities within your hands. So do you feel like your hands are starting to come online? So sometimes that's the case. So you feel your hands heating up or energy coming out of your hands. We all have energy